This week, more than 1,000 Americans died on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 5 days straight for the first time since May. And as the caseloads continue to climb, the president's poll numbers continue to fall, now trailing Joe Biden by more than 8 points, behind in all the key battleground states with 100 days before the final votes are cast. Which means our first guest has his work cut out for him. We want to welcome Mark Meadows for his first Sunday interview as White House Chief of Staff. Mr. Meadows, thank you for joining us this morning. You just heard that narrative right there. What's your strategy to turn this around?
Well, I think we have to focus, obviously, on trying to make sure that there's therapeutics, vaccines, a number of mitigation therapies, hopefully, for those that are suffering from the coronavirus. I can tell you that we've been working around the clock. The president has been very clear. Whatever amount of money, whatever amount of time needs to be invested, we're doing that. We're hopeful that with some of the breakthrough technology on therapeutics that we'll be able to announce some new therapies in the coming days. But this is a virus that came from China, something that's unexpected. Obviously, when you're in the political world, there are those things that you can control. There are those things that you can't. And as we look at this, it's trying to make sure that we've got our entire team there to provide the relief that so many Americans are looking for, and the hope that so many Americans are looking for. And I'm hopeful that in the next couple of days that we'll have some very good news on the therapeutic and vaccine fronts as we try to address this China virus.
We all hope for that. You say there are some things you can't control, that this came from China, but do you acknowledge that had the president promoted masks earlier, had the country moved towards shutting down the economy, at least in parts earlier, we could have done a better job controlling this virus?
Well, we did shut down the economy, George. You mentioned that. We actually took unprecedented steps. Not only did the president shut down travel from China and Europe long before even the medical experts were suggesting he should do so, then we shut down the economy to try to mitigate the damage. You know, as you mentioned, masks, obviously we all want to do whatever we can do to stop this, and wearing masks when there's not the ability to social distance is one additional thing that we can do. But even in those areas, you know, if you take southern Florida, Miami-Dade, Broward County, they've had mandatory mask provisions for several weeks, and yet they continue to see this virus escalate. And so we're not going to have a solution to this. It's not mask. It's not shutting down the economy. Hopefully, it is American ingenuity that will allow for therapies and vaccines to ultimately conquer this, and that's where the president has made sure that there's no amount of money that is held back for meeting those needs.
Big concerns about testing as well. It hasn't